you go into her mind. This is why you can, take a lot of psychedelics, and you can, you see like hundreds of what look like abstract paintings and strange landscapes and all sorts of different peoples and everything. What this is her memory. And you're falling into her memory of ages and ages of humans, experiments after experiments, trying to find that one group that's actually going to achieve consciousness.
Well, I think we've had those groups in our history that have actually achieved that consciousness at her 26,000 year, those moments when she awoke. And
she awoke for a while, but she fell back, and we know that she hasn't achieved it because she hasn't achieved it. That's how we know. And and she has and then you go back through the history of ideas, and you realize that, oh my God, there is nothing more oppressed in history than these ideas. They are just incredibly oppressed. It's actually shocking. The Inquisition was really going after Gnostics.
Right.
All of it is just like, it's just one long horrid, display, one horrid thing after another as they attack and kill anyone who preaches about Sophia. Yet science, which doesn't have anything to gain or lose by any of this, they take a look at the Earth, and they're befuddled by the way that the Earth always has an average temperature no matter what. They're befuddled by how different things can happen to the Earth, like comet strikes or huge volcanoes going off, and still the Earth always recovers. And they finally concluded, that it had to be alive or something. So science can go there, but but we've been torn away from it, and we need to go back and use the science as one of our places to show people that we're not kidding around here.
Going into science, you think that seems we got a really big push on with all the astronomers and stuff looking for that planet in the Goldilocks zone type thing. You think we got that group looking for a place to run away to, or?
Well, they don't need to go there. They've already got their safe places on Mars. Go to the website Mars Anomalies, Joseph Skipper's great work, and you can see their colonies. I mean, they're there. Yeah, and so they've got colonies out there, and they're way advanced farther than us because they understand alchemy. You understand? They know all about the celestial and terrestrial influences, and they're using it. That's how they fly around.
So it's like more for us and screw the rest.
They're archons. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They do not care about her. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. All they care about is power. Period. And and their own ass, and saving their own ass. That's all they care about. They're pretty basic.
With the angry sun that you've discovered, do you feel that when this happens, when you have the angry sun, does between it and Sophia and us, is that like the beginning of change physically, alchemical change?
Yeah, and this sun cycle is we know it exists now, so we don't have to prove it or anything. Fortunately, science finally caught up to my book, and now science is admitting that they found these solar cycles and huge solar flares hit the Earth 13,000 years ago, and 26,000 years ago, and 43,000 years ago, and back. So we know that they happen and everything. We know they're extremely dangerous. So what this is Sophia has to reach meta-dimensional consciousness before the solar flares come. Okay? The solar flares are very destructive to her. But if she has enough essence, consciousness, and awareness, she can be transmuted by those fires. Because we really don't understand a lot of this. So we have to give a lot of leeway towards what is actually happening here. We don't know if, one of the best things that can happen to a pine forest is to have a big fire. because that's how the pine cones finally release their seeds. So they need to get heated up to about 175, 200 degrees. So, fire isn't necessarily a bad thing. And so she will be transmuted by the fire at the end of time, and the whole point now is to turn her into a conscious being before that happens, so that she can then use the fire coming from the sun, the periodic solar storm, and use it to transmute herself.
So, So we got a scenario here. We have somebody who's just barely waking up, starting to ask questions about what's going on in the world. Is there a God? Somebody who's actually been prompted and seeing the synchronicities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What would be your suggestion for a good place for them to start?
Well, you are part of her essence, and you need to start working and understanding that, and then you will, everything will just become right for you. And synchronicities are signs that you're being given. If you ignore them, you ignore them at your peril. And you need to follow the synchronicities, and you need to follow them all the way. Don't let them go. Whatever weird thing happened, you need to look at it. It's a break in the matrix. You need to study it. The more synchronicities you have, the more it is that the matrix of Sophia is trying to communicate with you in whatever way that she feels that she has to. And there's many ways. It depends on who you are. And the more aware that you are of her communication with you. I used to know a shaman, a lady, and she was looking up at the sky one day, and we were walking in the woods, and she said, "Oh, my uncle Henry just died." And I said, "How do you know?" And she said, "Do you see that cloud there? It looks just like him." And she was right. You see, I looked up there, and I sort of saw a face. But, because Sophia was communicating, and is always communicating to us, but we aren't aware enough or conscious enough to understand her communications. So there's all sorts of things. This is what divination and a lot of other things are. It's really tremendously amazing, and once you understand it, you can do anything within it.
Absolutely amazing world, I'll tell you. I'm just more amazed every day. So
you should be.
I am.
You can't learn enough. It's an astonishing place.
Yeah. So we got about 5 minutes left here, Jay. Let's give you an opportunity to give us a parting statement and your websites and your material that you've got out there.
Well, you can go to my wife's company, actually, sacredmysteries.com, where we have a DVD production company. We have about 17, I think, DVDs coming out, and you can go to my own website, jweidner.com, JAYWEIDNER.com, where I have all my free stuff up. Stanley Kubrick, Faking the Moon Landings, and Hyperdimensional Time Explained, and all that. And I don't know what to say to people except that, it's within your grasp to change everything. And you just have to do it. And the first thing you need to do is understand the true nature of reality. And when you do understand the true nature of reality, you will see the light that's in people, the organic light, as John Lash calls it. And when you see that, it'll help to guide you through the treachery of this world. And once we get through the other side, we can get rid of these lower base drives and emotions and motives, and live in the golden age, which is an age where we are meta or hyperdimensional beings living in an elongated life of hundreds of years with the earth as a garden. And it's not some pipe dream. It's a very, very easy possibility. So we just have to imagine it, and it will happen.
So we are something that John mentioned to me about the archon. I think if somebody feels that they're being oppressed or the subject of an archon's quote unquote attack, there's some very simple things that you can do. Just realize that you are actually a divine being, and the archon can have no command over you.
That's exactly right. they're jealous of us because we are that and they are not. And so we've got to quit, being like sheep and just baaing and running around with them chasing us with their loud barks that actually mean nothing. I don't really think they're much there, to be honest with you. I think that they've got a lot of weapons and they've got some really scary expressions, but if they shoot us, they shoot them, because the one thing an archon doesn't want to do is work. All right? So, who's going to do the work? And so, I think they're getting more and more reluctant to pull the trigger because they don't know what's going to happen. The awareness is happening so fast that they can't bottle it up, although they're certainly trying, which is why I'm talking as fast as I can nowadays. And it's going to get really, really interesting.
Oh, yeah. So,
absolutely.
So, well, Jay, I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight, and we hope to have you back again soon.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Well, I wish I could have been on longer, but I've got my sinuses are completely caving in on me, so I got to stop talking here.
Absolutely. Not a problem. Well, thank you so much, Jay, and
thank you, guys. Keep up the good work. Remember, this is what we're all about, spreading the word.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show tonight, and stay tuned. We have quite a few really intriguing guests coming.
Quite a few coming up this year. And remember, this is the year to make it happen. This is to fully awaken, to realize who you are and what you're really about. This is why you're listening to this show and other shows like this. It's to find out who you really are. And just take a good look. You'll find the beauty within yourself.
Ramon and I both have pretty extensive, self-teaching, I suppose. So if anybody has any questions or would like references to, if we can't answer the questions ourselves, we can probably point you in the right direction. So drop us an email, either Tom or Ramon at conscious-tv.com, and we'll do what we can to point you in the right direction. So let's see, what else we got, Ramon?
I just want to say really quickly to what you're saying, and if we can't answer it, remember that the answer, I don't know, is sometimes one of the best answers, because it's that driving answer. You don't know, and you really do want to know. You don't want to believe, you want to know.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, well, guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll end with my my famous quote, or actually Albert Einstein's famous quote: condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. Good night, everybody.